So we think a lot about that. Is like now for us, the nice thing is a lot of this quantum stuff, deep tech is so new for people. The event and the education, like one of our basic objectives is people leave a little smarter than they started on this stuff. Check the box. That's ding ding ding. Like that's actually kind of easy for us right now. But that is going to need to like evolve into more like actionable sorts of entry points, like to really be a meaningful participant in our ecosystem. And that's something that we think about and we're building towards.
So what's the skill you don't have that you wish you had?
Oh man, I wish I was a slide master. I wish I was a slide master or a spreadsheet master.
Like Excel?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the two. Like, cause the thing is, that's the one thing I learned in corporate. I was like, man, for all these classes in business school and everything,
Yeah.
they should have just been teaching us how to be slide jockeys and
I know,
spreadsheet.
right?
and
Every time that I want to design stuff, I know what I want, but I can't figure it out. I go to Canva, PowerPoint, like,
I know. You know what? You know what though? I did know Lucid Chart has an AI function now.
Okay.
That I've started playing with, because that's where it tends to trip me up is like the diagrams, because it's like.
Like, I want it like this, but I can't get the mouse to do this, you know?
Or me, I'm just like, I don't want chevrons for everything.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. Are you mentoring anyone right now?
Not formally. Not formally.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because like something happened where once I left like the corporate ecosystem, it's like I was some sort of crazy maverick, and it's like I'm not sure I want her to mentor me. She took those golden handcuffs off. I'm not sure I want to be on it. I get it. It's fair.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, because think about it, like so much of the mentorship, and even now, like so many of the questions that I get is very much like, well, if you would have stayed at Microsoft or how you got into Microsoft, it's very much like climb the ladder, get in, break in. It's not like strike out. It's never like how do you strike out. It's always like how do you get in and climb.
Yeah. So when people reach out to you, like how many people reach out to you to like what percentage like for quantum, what percentage for Microsoft, what percentage is like, hey, you're a black female, I'm a black female, come mentor me or give me advice?
I'm gonna keep it so real with you. Right now, I have like kind of two like outreach tracks. It's either someone trying to sell me something or like somebody like looking to actually like connect and collaborate. There's like, and I think it's just because like the nature of, I get it, like this is like being on the other side of the go to market. There's so much go to market like coaching and like be your own. Well, you've seen this, you get it, right? Like you've seen so much of this personal brand stuff and how when you use social media as a channel and you have the LinkedIn persona and Instagram persona, etc. And then like you kind of have like your customer targeting, right? And so what I find is that going back to like how I can't really fit in the box of a lot of like funding type things for startup people. Likewise, I don't really fit into a lot of boxes for like the sales or prospect personas either, right? So like I'll have people reach out to me like, I see that your business is like looking for LPs, and I'm like, no, we're not, like, or it'll be like, oh, like I see that like you're trying to like expand your personal brand as like a leader and be a professional speaker. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Or like I get all the time, hey, I see you're growing business like Cavness HR. At Bob Jones HR, we can do your HR for you.
Yeah.
Like, what?
There's a lot of fractional C-suite stuff. People are pitching me like fractional CFOs.
Yeah.
And they're like, your portfolio companies need fractional leaders. And I'm like, do they? Did you talk to them?
Yeah, I understand there's like a lot of like, I don't know. I understand sometimes I don't,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like, it's the systems, it's like the algorithm, you got to charge it to the game. But like at the same time, like I do think it's unfortunate that from like an ecosystem perspective, I'll give a basic example. People will be like a partner, right? We're looking for partners for this, partners for that. I've seen partner mean everything from franchisee to like a customer that just bought a bunch of stuff from you to like hey, like come sponsor this event with us. Like, and that's, that's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of, I think this is just the effect of this kind of like go to market conditioning that's just been put out there and mass produced. And everybody's just trying their best with it. I do think that it can kind of be tough when like so many people, they do kind of have to have this transactional angle to even be able to interact with you. I've noticed that sometimes from like the coaching and consulting space, like that gets a little awkward for me because like built into some of the pitches or like the messages people sent me, it's very much this like, are you a Black female leader trying to find your voice? Have you considered what social media marketing and publishing an ebook could do for your brand? Just like, I mean, are you saying that my insecurities as a Black woman should make me an ebook author? I'm like, because like I'm like, part of me is kind of like I'm too like neurodivergent, like I'm too ADHD and like subtextual and maybe a too Aquarius to like play into that well. Because I'm very much just like, I'm like, wait, you lost me. So I'm insecure and I don't have my voice, so I should have a book. Like,
For me, the worst one is like I get these all the time. Not so much now. Like, hey, Jason, my name is Bob Jones. I work for a financial advisor company in Denver, Colorado. Who's doing your investment things for you now? Let's do a call. First of all, does this even work for you? Like, who's like just giving the financial stuff to some random stranger they never met before, right?
Well, yeah, and also, you know, that's the thing. I did a version of my Chop Wood, Carry Water when I was at New York Life, and I used to be in those, like, we used to be in these call clinics where we were supposed to smile and dial because they used to buy, you know, all the spam calls people call you. They're some of the people who buy those lists. And you're just supposed to cold call people. I did a version of that, like, as an IT recruiter, so I really do get it. My concern, though, is that, like, you talk about, like, AI displaceable.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even like the robocalls, like even those things, it's like some of those you kind of wonder, like, is there even a person? Is there a Bob Jones?
Yeah.
Who's Series 6, Series 63,
It's more like
Series
Bot
7?
Jones, right?
Yeah, more like
Bot Jones.
Yeah, like I mean, and I do worry about that because the thing about like kind of having these like sales targets kind of like in the background of everything. I mean, think about it. LinkedIn, there's LinkedIn Recruiter. I used to use LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There's LinkedIn Sales Navigator. People kind of have to do those things to make it worth the upcharge that their business pays, even if it's a tax write-off, right? So I get it. I get the Sales Navigator recruitment thing. I kind of charge it to the game. My concern is like, you know, how much traction can those folks really get in like getting to where they want to be in their career, sending people like us messages like that?
Yeah, it's insanity, right? It's like, I don't know. But I guess it works sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, I will tell you this. The top folks at New York Life who were in like the Gold Circle and President's List and all of that and the Eagle Club, they weren't doing that. Maybe they started off doing that, but when they started off doing that, it was like in the 90s.
Yeah. Is there anything else I sort of asked you? I haven't asked you yet. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, you haven't. You so that's what you asked me. It's like you share. You asked me to share like all this stuff, kind of like what's next and what you think about and all that. I want to hear about that for your business and you know, like where you see things going in the ecosystem with all these changes in tech and stuff going on.
Okay, so that's a way.
Okay. Oh yeah. Are we role reversing?
Yeah, we will.
This is awesome. Yeah. Okay. So Jason, when you guys do, which by the way, I love these different events and like outreach and things that you do. When you think about like events, the ecosystem, your outreach, tech week, what do you call a win?
Oh man, so that's one thing I've definitely like sucked, for lack of a better term, sucked at, right? With all this, like all this podcast stuff, I've kind of like felt like making the transition to go to market, right? And so my goal with the event on Wednesday, like I have like 145 people signed up, probably 8 will come. And so connect people, getting people's emails lists, but also I'm gonna do a presentation on the future of HR and in my company. I'm gonna like announce like my refunder campaign I'm starting and a Builders Club I'm announcing. So I'm trying to do that right. As far as like ecosystem, it's just a challenge being here, right? It's the best place but the worst place, right? Because like I think it's a good place to build, but unfortunately I think you have to go somewhere else to raise money, you know. I'm just like example, man, I wish I could remember her name. I had a good friend of mine. This happened like maybe 7 years ago. And she had like a new sales platform, right? First time founder, background like Microsoft, Amazon, right? Pretty smart. She came to me with no one like this, no one's gonna buy this, right? And so she actually shut it down for a little bit and got a job in New York City. And so 6 months later, she sends me a text, Jason, you'll never imagine, I just raised $500,000 on a pre-seed here, right? What? What's going on, right? And she said, guess what? Guess what happened the day after? What? So no question, you raise funds, goes to Crunchbase. Within 2 weeks, everyone who wouldn't take a meeting with her in Seattle was on her phone, wanted to jump on the cap table.
Sometimes you just need that first crack in the ice.
Yeah, just so many stories like that, yeah. It's a good community, yeah. But one thing I've failed at is like making that connection, right, to like all the stuff I'm doing to like actually like getting customers, right? Makes any sense, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you because I did a stint in distribution center HR and talent acquisition and recruiting. When you think about, I'll give you like an example here, is some of the stuff with the World Cup. They're trying to work on some small business readiness playbooks to help people think about capacity, operating hours, you know, around the schedule, around the foot traffic.
So talk about that. So like last month they had the World Cup qualifier, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a restaurant on the street. I think it was like this thing was like maybe I was like we say Thursday or Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Every day this restaurant was closed. Every day it was closed. And every day people walk by, and it's like I think it was a Nigerian restaurant, Kenyan restaurant, and so that there's a football club actually in the country here. Every day they'll go to their restaurant, they're closed. What are they doing, right? So I'm thinking, 5 days, and this street was like packed with soccer fans.
Well, yeah, and you kind of wonder sometimes, like, I mean, did you close because you could have got a buyout? You know what I mean? The same people who had like the box seats or whatever, they could have been like, you could have been the after party spot. Or I think that's what the city and all these folks are trying to work on, is to help people, not miss those economic opportunities. Yeah. But there's even some conversations, and I think about this a lot because I used to work in staffing up like contract to hire, that kind of thing, and just like not just for like events-based staff augmentation, but even like for like me and like my portfolio companies, and I'll probably be picking your brain about this too. Is just like, how do you have some of that dynamic stuff that kind of follows your roadmap? Yeah.
But then how do you like take advantage of this opportunity without ripping people off, right? Like example, there's like in the parking lot here, usually the parking lot maybe like I'll make it the say it's like $10 an hour. There's a Morgan Wallen cost here, it's like $100 an hour, right? Yeah. I know you got to take advantage and make your money, but man, like what's that fine line between making money and like ripping people off?
Well, that's an interesting one because like there's that idea that like price can be a barrier. Mm-hmm. I've seen some people where maybe this is me trying to have a generous reading, is like maybe they jacked it up to $100 not because they wanted to gouge people, but because they thought way more people, the line will be longer if it's $10. Yeah. And the line will be shorter if it's $100, but that actually doesn't shorten the lines around here. No. It just changes who's in the line.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a lot of opportunities when that World Cup comes. Actually, I thought about putting a bed in here and they're doing Airbnb.
Somebody actually asked that question at the Regional Development Conference. They're like, how many of you are going to be participating in our walkable city zone and like going to the fan zones for the World Cup or watching it here in the area? And they're like, and how many of you are about to like make a bunch of money renting out
exactly right,
renting out your car on tour, renting out everything you can for the World Cup? They were just kidding, but some people did raise their hand.